I've been involved with Boro Angels since about 6 months after they started, so about June 2010. Basically, we just wander around the streets and help anyone that needs help, no matter what circumstances they find themselves in and or how they've got in that situation. I got involved with Boro Angels because a friend of mine was actively involved in running it, and she was talking about it quite a bit, it sounded interesting, so I thought it was something that I would like to get involved with. We come across all sorts of people when we're out, people who are paid to be there, the door staff, police, emergency services, taxi drivers, obviously the people who are out enjoying themselves, but we also have lots of contact with people who are begging to fund habits that they might have, and people who are homeless. We just help them any way we can and try and point them in the direction of the services that can help them if that's what they need. They want one or not?
Well, I started Boro Angels April 2 years ago, so that had been April 2015, and began the first aid, first aiding when I in November that year, so 1.5 years. The aims are to try and make sure that when you go out, you come back home. That's basically the simple section of it. I mean, when you go out on the night out, you want to make sure that no one's left on the street and everybody is back home safe and warm.
One of the saddest things we came across a girl that couldn't remember her own name. She didn't seem particularly intoxicated. She couldn't remember where she'd been, who she'd been with. And we just escorted her to the safe haven. Eventually certain information came back to her, and the safe haven were able to telephone her mother, and she came and picked her up. The sad thing about it really is we come across lots of things like that, but she was only 14, and that was quite disturbing that at 11 o'clock on a Friday night she was out on her own in that condition. Yeah, the venues often call us, or the safe haven, when somebody's in a vulnerable situation. We did get called to the Empire one evening, and there was a girl outside that was particularly distressed. She wasn't unconscious, but she wasn't entirely with it. She'd obviously had quite a bit to drink, and we just ended up escorting her to the safe haven. Didn't judge why she'd got in that situation, and as I say, when we come across anybody that's vulnerable, we just click into help mode, and we've always got an experienced volunteer in the team who's been doing it a while, and also a first aider, so we can pretty much cope with any eventuality that we come across.
The first thing you've got to do is trying to gain the confidence, because a lot of people, although they haven't intentionally put themselves into a vulnerable position, they might think that what they've done could be classed as wrong in the eyes of the law or something, so they might not think that they're allowed to get help. So I try to gain that confidence, saying we're not law enforcement, we're honestly only here to help, get your medical help, and no one's going to ask any questions.
Always make sure you've got funds to get yourself home in a taxi or by other means. Make sure your phone's fully charged up. If you're with your friends on a night out and you're going off on your own, make sure they know where you're going, and just stay safe and don't go in any vulnerable areas on your own.